Hey everybody, I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to join. I'm going to play a song here and see if I can't get some people to join me. I want to share some information that I think is very crucial in any case that you have. Okay, these are mistakes that people make while dealing with CPS. I know that I'm only allowed to share in very few groups because I'm on Facebook jail, so if you can share, that'd be greatly appreciated. Meanwhile, I'm going to play a song while we wait for people to join us. I'm going to play a song by my daughter, Elizabeth Grace Pennington. She's my eldest daughter. She's the singer in the family, so I'm going to play a song from her while we're waiting on people to join.
This time I fear there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all.
Please share. Let's get some views on this. It's important. CPS is going to shut this video down as soon as I tell you what to do.
I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to turn to.
It's my oldest daughter singing. We're just waiting for a few people to join. Share if you can.
Nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love, and I tend to close my eyes when it hurts sometimes.
I'm just waiting for some people to join us. This is my oldest daughter singing.
I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. But now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love.
Alright guys, that was my oldest daughter, Grace. I was just playing that to see if we could share and get some people on this video. It's very important. I'm pretty sure CPS will shut this video down as soon as I share this information. Now I've noticed a couple of, I can't make comments because I'm on Facebook jail, but I've seen a couple of Facebook posts from some parents that are newly parents on having open cases. And they're shocked that CPS came and took their baby away from them while they had an open case. Why they're shocked, I have no idea, because as long as you have an open case, they're not going to allow you to have your newborn baby. Okay, they may lie to you and tell you, oh no, we have no concerns or issues, and then show up at the hospital and take custody of your baby. And a lot of parents are like, why? We're doing everything you asked us to do. Why would you take our baby? Because you have an open case. Legally, that safety plan states any child under your care. Therefore, they have the rights to come in without a warrant and take your baby because you already have an open case. Does that mean it's right? No, but that's what they do because they're contracted through the state and that's how they make their money. Okay? Now you're wondering, well, how could I have kept them from taking my baby? Now, I've had 3 parents do this and they could not take their baby. Now, understand I am not a lawyer. You need to research in your state your guardianship laws. Now, some guardianship can be done before a baby is born. Like here in Missouri, you can delegate someone, either a family member, a friend. I've known preachers to do this for families where they go in and they sign up a paperwork that states that the child is under custody and guardianship of another person during the time that you have an open case with CPS. Therefore, CPS can't get their grubby little hands on your baby, okay? Now, you try to get the paperwork before the baby is born. Now, some states won't allow you to do it until after the baby is born. So what do? Because CPS is going to make sure they're there that day that baby is born, okay? So what you do is you make sure that you write up the paperwork before the baby is born. You have somebody there during the birth that is a notary that can sign the paperwork the second that baby's head pokes through or gets delivered immediately. Because what's going to happen, CPS is going to show up. They're going to say, we're here to take custody of the baby. And what you can say is, why? I have no custody of this baby. Here's their guardianship. Okay, now you have to make sure the guardian that you have designated is there at the birth. They have to be at the hospital to take custody of that child. You can't do the guardianship paper and not have the guardians there at the hospital to take guardianship of the child. Now, if they're not there, CPS is basically going to null and void your guardianship papers because they're going to say, well, where's the guardian if they're going to be here and take custody of the baby? So, guardianship does not mean adoption. It's temporary. Usually in some states, it's 3 to 5 years. Okay, doesn't mean that the guardianship can't let you see the baby, babysit the baby, all that stuff, okay? But you have to make plans, especially when you're dealing with CPS. They're going to lie to you. They're going to tell you, oh, no, we have no concerns. Now, if you find yourself pregnant and you have an open case, if you cannot close your case before that baby is born, you need to take steps to protect your baby, okay? Now, a lot of parents think that, well, I had 10 years ago a TPR. They took my child away from me. It's been 10 years. They're not going to take this baby. I've even actually had them contact CPS and say, look, it's been 10 years. You took my rights on my first child. Do I have to worry about you coming in and taking this child? They'll tell you no. And then show up at the hospital and take your child. Why? Because you had been not willingly TPR'd, but you had been forced to TPR your rights to another child. They will claim rights to this child. Now, what you can do is do the guardianship again. And I always recommend that parents have plan A, B, and C. Because the thing is, CPS will lie to you. They'll tell you, oh no, it's been 10 years. We have no concerns. You have no worries. And then show up at the hospital. You'd be surprised how many people trusted CPS at their word and thought that they wouldn't have to worry about it. Okay, and then they show up at the hospital to take custody of their newborn baby. And then they sit there and whine and cry about it because they didn't believe me when I told them, if you have had your rights taken from you from another child, it doesn't matter if it's been 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, they're going to show up trying to take this child. It doesn't matter if you have an open case, you make sure you have plan A and plan B. Because you cannot let CPS get their grubby little hands on your babies, okay? And you're going to have to fight for your babies to get them home. If you have an open case, you do what you need to do to get your children home. Now, again, I'm not a lawyer, but this is what we've done to help families keep their newborn babies in their custody. Not actually in their custody, but out of CPS custody and out of foster care. Okay, I have helped parents, does your video have sound? I get message video has no sound. Don't know what that's about. You can't hear me? Then you're going to have a fight on your hands. Okay? You need to know who you trust and who you don't trust. Okay? Just like, families fight over kids all the time. That's not okay. Okay? Whether it's a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, but they have to be able to pass a background. Okay? Don't be giving guardianship to somebody who's a registered sex offender. Don't be giving guardianship to somebody who's been charged with a criminal offense. Okay? Make sure you know who you're working with and what guardianship that you're giving, because you don't want to give them a bullet to shoot you with. Okay? So use wisdom. Use understanding and wisdom. Don't let CPS go, oh yeah, we see that you're making poor choices again. You picked a sex offender to be your guardian? Oh yeah, we really think you're a great choice of choices there. Don't do that. Make sure to do your own background. Make sure that person is good. Okay? And it should be somebody you trust. If you don't have anybody, you need to be finding somebody, because they will take your child from you. Okay? So I'm not sitting here agreeing that they should. I'm just saying that's how CPS works. That's how CPS thinks. I've had cases where a parent had open case against her. And literally, I heard the caseworker and the guardian lied and said, she's our baby making machine. Why? Because she had 9 kids that they had in care. And she didn't care. The mom didn't care. She was a drug addict and just kept having babies after babies after babies. More money for them. They didn't care. And this mom didn't care. She literally had like 9 babies in the system. 9! We had a father that had 21 kids in the system. Okay? You must be prepared to do and deal. If you're one of those parents that should not have had your child taken from you, or you're one of those parents fighting to get your children back and you're doing what you're supposed to do, then do what you're supposed to do. My recommendation is, if you have an open case, don't go get pregnant. Make sure you don't get pregnant. But if you do get pregnant and you have another baby, I've had parents put them babies up for adoption or do guardianship. Okay, either or. Okay, or CPS will take them and traumatize your child and traumatize your life. Okay, you can make adoption arrangements with somebody you know. Literally, come on, guys. Think of the two evils here. You either have to sacrifice for a moment, a year or two, fighting with CPS. Therefore, you don't lose your baby and they don't adopt your baby out. Okay. You have to prepare. You have to make those tough decisions. Don't let CPS take that away from you. Okay? And I know this video is not going to last long. They're going to take it down because they don't want you to know what you are allowed to do and what you can't do. So pass this along. Let people know what they can do and what they can't do. If you have any questions, you need some help, or you need some help walking through this, if you are struggling to get your case closed, and you don't know what to do, you're doing everything that you can do, your lawyer's trying to help you, contact me. I'll try to help you, walk you through it. Okay? I've closed 101 cases. I actually am somebody that fights for parents. I fight for children that are aging out of the system. That's what I do. I have a 501c3, Overcomers Counseling Center Incorporated. I work very, very hard to help parents and children. But what I do is for the children, not necessarily for the parents. What's the best interest of that child is what I deal with. So, and sometimes the best interest of the child is not to be with the parents, okay? And the parents, sometimes I have some really good parents that admit, hey, you're right, I'm not ready to be a parent. I'm not ready to do this. I need to do the next best thing is find somebody that can help me raise my child, okay? So, guys, I know this isn't a topic that a lot of parents want to discuss, but it is a necessity. It is something that a lot of parents struggle with, especially when they have open cases. And I know it's a topic that is sensitive, but it is something that you need to think about and talk about. And if you need help during this process, let me know. All right, guys, God bless you, and you have a great day.